Importance of first aid. It was a warm evening in May, and the local park was teeming with families, joggers, and kids playing football. Among the usual crowd was Anna, a young journalist, always keen on capturing the essence of daily life in her articles. That day, she had decided to take a break and was relaxing on a park bench, enjoying a book. Without warning, a shrill scream pierced the air. Anna looked up and saw a crowd gathering around a young boy, who had fallen off the swing and was lying motionless on the ground. Instinctively, she rushed towards the scene, her previous first aid training kicking in. She asked two of the onlookers to call an ambulance while she assessed the boy's condition. The child was conscious but in pain. Anna calmed him down and checked for any visible wounds or broken bones. Recognizing that the boy had probably sprained his ankle, she used a scarf to create a temporary sling, elevating his leg to reduce swelling. Within minutes, the ambulance arrived, and the paramedics took over. Impressed by Anna's swift and precise actions, one of them remarked, "Your first aid skills might have just prevented a worse injury." Well done! Later that evening, as Anna reflected on the day's events, she felt a renewed sense of purpose. The importance of first aid was not just about responding to major emergencies but also about effectively managing minor injuries to prevent them from escalating. Inspired, she decided to write an article titled "The Importance of First Aid" for her newspaper. In it, she detailed the events at the park and emphasized the significance of basic first aid training for everyone. She highlighted that accidents could happen anytime, anywhere, and being equipped with first aid knowledge could be the difference between a minor injury and a major catastrophe. The article was a hit, and the community's response was overwhelming. Many reached out, sharing their personal experiences and expressing interest in attending first aid workshops. Recognizing the need, Anna collaborated with local health agencies to organize free first aid training sessions in community centers, schools, and offices. These workshops not only taught attendees about basic first aid but also instilled in them the confidence to act decisively in emergency situations. Anna's article and subsequent actions sparked a movement in the town. The park where the incident occurred even installed first aid kits and information boards about basic emergency responses. The importance of first aid was no longer just a headline but a life lesson imprinted on the hearts of the community members. And all this was a result of one incident, one proactive response, and one journalist's determination to make a difference. Turkish kebab. Liam, a young food critic from London, had always been curious about authentic cuisines from around the world. While he had tasted various dishes in different countries, there was one he had always heard of but never tried: the famed Turkish kebab. Not the ones you find in the corners of European streets after a night out, but the genuine, traditional, mouth-watering Turkish kebab. When he finally received an assignment to write a piece on the culinary wonders of Turkey, Liam couldn't contain his excitement. His first stop was Istanbul, the city where East meets West, a melting pot of cultures and cuisines. On his first evening, he ventured into a bustling local neighborhood, in search of an authentic eatery. He stumbled upon Mehmet Usta's Kebabs, a small, unassuming place with the delicious aroma of grilled meat wafting in the air. Mehmet Usta, the elderly owner and chef, greeted him with a warm smile. Without asking, Mehmet began preparing a plate for Liam, sensing his curiosity and appetite. The first bite was an explosion of flavors. The meat was tender and perfectly seasoned, the spices hitting all the right notes. Paired with freshly baked bread, tangy pickles, and a side of yogurt, it was a dish Liam wouldn't forget. Seeing Liam's appreciation, Mehmet invited him to the kitchen. Liam observed the master at work, the skewering of the meat, the precise way it was placed on the grill, the meticulous rotation ensuring each side was cooked to perfection, and the final touch of spices and herbs. Mehmet shared his family's secret recipe, passed down through generations. It wasn't just about the meat, it was about the love, passion, and tradition that went into making each kebab. The two spent hours talking about Turkish cuisine, its rich history, and the fusion of flavors brought about by centuries of trade and migration. By the end of the evening, Liam had not only discovered the delights of Turkish kebab but had also made a lifelong friend in Mehmet. His article on Turkish kebab became one of his most read pieces. He described not only the flavors and techniques but also the stories, traditions, and people behind the dish. He concluded, "A kebab is not just a meal. It's a journey through Turkey's rich tapestry of history, culture, and hospitality." The story highlighted that food is not just about taste, it's about experiences, connections, and the stories that come with every bite. And for Liam, the Turkish kebab was a testament to that. The secret recipe of the chef. In the picturesque town of Bellagio, on the shores of Lake Como, resided a quaint little restaurant named Illinois Gusto Segreto. It wasn't grand or particularly spacious, but every evening, without fail, a line of eager patrons would form outside its rustic doors. The allure? A mysterious dish that the locals simply called Illinois Piatto Segreto, the secret dish. Chef Marco, the owner, had inherited the eatery from his ancestors. Tall, with graying hair and deep-set hazel eyes that always sparkled with mischief, he was a man of few words. However, the one thing he spoke plenty about was his love for cooking. While he shared most recipes with pride, there was one he guarded zealously, the secret behind Illinois Piatto Segreto. Food bloggers, critics, and chefs from around the world would visit, hoping to decipher the ingredients and recreate its magic. Many had tried, but all had failed. The dish, while seemingly simple with its minimalistic presentation, held flavors that danced on the palate, telling tales of ancient traditions and culinary wonders. Emma, a budding chef from New York, decided to take on the challenge during her trip to Italy. Intrigued by the lore of the secret dish, she booked a table at Illinois Gusto Segreto. With the first bite, she was enchanted. She could identify hints of saffron, a touch of truffle, and a unique smokiness she couldn't quite place. But there was one flavor, one key ingredient that eluded her. Determined to uncover the secret, Emma approached Chef Marco with a proposal. She would apprentice under him, learning the traditions of Italian cuisine in hopes of earning his trust and, eventually, the coveted recipe. As days turned into weeks, Emma and Marco spent hours in the kitchen, forging a bond over shared passion and respect. From fresh pasta to creamy risottos, Emma's skills blossomed, and her dedication did not go unnoticed by Marco. One fateful evening, after a particularly busy service, Marco beckoned Emma into the kitchen. With a deep breath and a fond smile, he decided it was time to share the recipe. The ingredient that had eluded so many? A rare herb, known only to the locals, that grew in a secluded spot by the lake during specific months. Grateful for the trust placed in her, Emma promised to honor the secret, ensuring that Illinois Piatto Segreto remained exclusive to Illinois Gusto Segreto. Years later, when Emma opened her own restaurant in New York, she introduced a dish inspired by her time in Bellagio. While it was unique in its essence, those who had tasted Chef Marco's creation knew that the heart of the secret recipe was beating within. The story of Illinois Gusto Segreto and its secret dish serves as a reminder that some treasures are best left undiscovered, cherished in their authentic form, and passed down as legends.